Hi, boys and girls. I'm going to read to you a couple of pages from the book One Well, The Story of Water on Earth by Strauss. And you're going to listen for facts and questions that you have, and then we respond to questions, okay? So I have my chart set up. I'm going to show you my chart. Hold on. I thought this would be easy. Hold on. Here's my chart, okay? Facts, questions, and responses. That's what you're going to see on the Google page that I'll put on the in classwork, okay, on the Google Classroom. And I said today on my Google Hangouts that we would do 3 facts, but actually I'm going to show you that there's 2 different sections that I'm reading to you today, so you should really have 4, okay? And I'll show you why. Because the first section in the book that I'm going to read is about plants and water, and the second section that I'll read to you is about animals and water. So you should have 2 facts for plants and 2 facts for animals, okay? And then as far as questions, you can probably come up with 2 questions for each, okay? All right, so let me get this back here. And I'm on page 10 and 11. Sorry about that. I'm on page 10 and 11. Okay, and I'll show you that beautiful picture. And there are some captions there that I'll read after. And the first section is plants at the well. Okay, the first plants on Earth began life in the water. About 450 million years ago, some were washed ashore. At first, they could live only in wet areas. Gradually, they developed root systems that allowed them to tap into water in the soil. Water is essential to plants. In fact, plants are mostly water. It's the water in their cells that gives them their shape and form. Without it, they would droop and shrivel. That sounds like a good fact. I'm going to read that paragraph again. Water is essential to plants. In fact, plants are mostly water. It's the water in their cells that gives them their shape and form. Without water, they droop and shrivel. Water also helps plants make food for themselves. Plants use the sun's energy to change water and carbon dioxide into simple sugars that feed the plant. This process is called photosynthesis. Water then helps carry this food throughout the plant. During photosynthesis, plants also release water vapor into the air. Roots absorb water, which is carried to the stem. The stem acts like a water pipe in your house, moving water through the plants to the leaves. From the leaves, water is released back into the atmosphere. This is called transpiration. The water that is transpired is added to the cycle of water on Earth. Water is important to plants, but plants are also important to water. Plant roots anchor soil and stop it from blowing or washing into lakes and rivers. Leaves and branches trap rainwater, allowing it to seep slowly into the soil instead of flowing quickly away. And trees provide shade, which helps keep moisture in the soil. Plants depend on water from the well for survival, and the well depends on plants to help move water through its cycle. Without plants, the water cycle would be disrupted. Without water, plants could not survive. Okay, so I'm going to read you these 3 captions. Here's the first one. How thirsty is a tree? On a summer's day, an average-sized birch tree can draw about 300 liters of water from the soil. That's about 80 gallons of water. That's an average-sized birch tree. A birch tree is the type of tree that the bark is white. That's almost enough water to fill 2 large bathtubs. Here's the second caption I'm going to read to you. Most plants depend on water to disperse their seeds. A coconut, which is the seed of a palm tree. You know, a coconut is actually a seed. That coconut can spend weeks, months, and even years drifting in the ocean before reaching land and sprouting. And the third caption is here. And it says, the plants you eat are mostly water. Tomatoes are about 95% water. Apples are about 85% water. Seeds are among the driest foods. They contain only 5 to 10% water. So seeds that you eat, like sunflower seeds, I guess, right? They're very dry. They only have about 5 to 10% water. But an apple is 85% water and a tomato is 95% water. So you get water from plants also, right? Like lettuce has a lot of water in it. Okay, so that's the first part about plants in the well. If you want to stop here and rewind this to the beginning so that you can jot down some facts and questions that you have, this would be a good time to do that. I'm going to read the second section is animals at the well. Like plants, animals, including you, are mostly made of water. The water in animals is very important. It carries nutrients, helps digestion, removes waste, controls temperature, cleans eyes, and lubricates joints. Lubricates means to oil something. So like if you couldn't turn a faucet, you could oil it, right? And it kind of loosens things up and gets things moving. That's what water does for your system, for your joints. Water habitats are also home to many of Earth's animals and are where many animals find their food. Watery species such as fish, crabs, shrimp, and zooplankton are an important part of food chains around the world. And other species, hold on a second, Watery species such as fish, crabs, shrimp, and zooplankton are an important part of food chains around the world. A food chain is the link that connects animals and other species based on who eats whom. Without water-based species, food chains and food webs, which are collections of food chains, would collapse. Animals could starve or would starve. Animals not only need water to survive, they are also part of the water cycle. Animals add water to the atmosphere by breathing, sweating, peeing. It says peeing right here in my book. And even drooling. The water you brushed your teeth with today may have been the spray of a beluga whale 10 years ago. Okay, I'm going to show you. That's what I just read to you. And there's a caption here on this page. And there are 2 captions on the next page. I'm going to read them both to you. I'm going to read this one to you first, okay? Some of the wettest animals on Earth are jellyfish. They are about 95% water. Frogs and earthworms are about 80% water, while dogs, elephants, and humans are about 70% water. Isn't that something? So your body, your whole body is made up of lots of things, right? But 70% of it is water. So that means if you thought if your whole body is 100%, 70% of it is water. So 30% of your body is made of other things, right? That is not water. Okay, next caption. All animals need water to drink, even desert animals. They get much of the water they need from the food they eat. Last caption down here. Animal life began in the ocean. Then, about 360 million years ago, some animals started to evolve. Their bodies began to change and they slowly adapted to living on land. Lots of great facts there, boys and girls. Lots of great facts there about animals and the well, right? And before that, I read to you about plants and the well. Okay, you need to come up with 2 facts about plants at the well and 2 facts about animals at the well. Okay, and write down some really good questions, good thinking questions. Okay, all right.